side view.
Second one is the side view, and which is the top view?
The first one.
Yeah, good. Okay, what about the first thing? The first there are 3 cubes given, right? This one. What about this?
Oh. The first one is the front view.
Yes.
And the second one is the side view, and the third one is the top view.
Very good. Okay, and what about this one? The third image.
The first one is the front view.
The front view. Think again.
No, sorry.
Think again.
It's the top view.
The first one is the
Top view.
no. What will it look like from the top? Just imagine you are seeing that entire thing from the top.
Like third one.
Yes, it will be the third one. So the third one will be the top
one
view.
is the top view.
Yes. And what else?
The first one is the side view.
The first one is the side view. Yes. And the second one will be
The front view.
yes, very good. Okay, now let's talk about this one.
The first one is the side view.
Okay, yes. Then
And the second one is the top view. And
very good. Excellent, excellent. MashaAllah. Very nice. Okay, and did you do the second one as well? Can't hear you, Hiba.
I didn't do the second one.
You didn't? Okay. All right, no problem. So we are done with this chapter. We will do a recap of this chapter, or we will try to revise what we did in this chapter through a worksheet, which I will be sharing with you soon, inshallah. And whatever doubts you have in that worksheet, then we will discuss it in another class. Okay, so as of now, or if you want to discuss any doubts now itself, you can ask.
I don't have any doubts.
No doubts? Okay. What about the question paper that you got, like in your previous math test in school? Did you get you had this chapter in your exam, right?
Yeah, but only
Yeah.
the exercise 15.4.
Okay, but so like what was the question, or what questions came from this chapter in your exam?
I don't have the paper right now, but they asked something about the net.
About the net. Okay, so the net is the net is a part of the first exercise, not the fourth. You said only 15.4 came. Net is a part of the first exercise, first or second. It's the part of the first exercise. Yeah. See.
Yeah, but
yeah.
They asked us to like define net or something.
Asked us to write what?
Like define the net.
Okay, define the net. So that's a part of the first exercise. Anyways, so anything else you'd like to ask from this chapter? Any other question? Just go through your textbook and let me know if there's any question you think that you won't be able to do, then we'll discuss it.
Okay. Can you give me 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
I don't have any doubts.
Okay, Hiba. All right. Give me a minute. Okay, so which chapter do you wanna start with now?
But this was the last chapter.
Yeah, so this was the last chapter, right? Do you have any more chapters like the last time we were doing data handling? Remember?
Yeah,
Just a minute. Data
but
handling
we
is,
finished it.
we finished it. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I understood how to do the double paragraph also.
Hiba, can you speak a little bit loudly? I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
I learned to do the double paragraph.
Yeah, so we did double bar graph and okay. So any doubts from this chapter? Oh yeah, we didn't do chance and probability. Like we were just going to do that. We had just started with that. And I also gave you an activity if you remember. Do you want to do chance and probability now or do you want to do it later?
Uh, uh, if we do it later, are we going to do it like, when are we going to do it? If we don't do it right now.
I didn't get you. Can you repeat, Hiba?
If we are not going to do it right now, when are we going to do it?
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking you. Do you want to do it right now or do you want to do it later? Or if you want to do it later, then when you want to do this part? Like whenever you're comfortable. See, the reason I'm asking this is because maybe you have an upcoming test or something in which the syllabus does not include this, right? So that's why I'm asking, like, if there's any particular thing that you want to study, we will do that now. Otherwise, we can just, resume doing this. Up to you.
We can do chance and probability.
Okay, so you want to continue. It's all right. Okay, so do you remember the activity that I gave you for homework? Yes.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so I told you to do this, that I asked you to toss a coin Okay, and write down, like let's say you toss it 10 times. I asked you to write down how many times you're getting head and how many times you're getting tail. Okay, and similarly, if you do it with a dice, playing dice, I want you to roll it, like let's say around maybe um let's say 60 times. Okay, that won't be too much. Let's say 60 times, or maybe 60 is too much. Let's do it 30 times. Okay, roll it 30 times and see how many times are you getting one, how many times are you getting the number two, the number three, and so on until the number six. So how many times you are getting it. Okay, yeah, so that's what I want you to do. So once you're done with that activity, then we will move forward. Okay. um yeah, let me just check. So see, the reason why we talk about this, um I just want to read this first paragraph from in the textbook that's given uh, under chance and probability, the heading chance and probability. I want to read that paragraph out. Okay, because I think it's interesting. So um yeah, the thing, the paragraph, it says, we often say there is no chance of it raining today, or we say it is quite probable that India will win so and so match, or we say there's no chance of me. Some students say, oh, there's no chance I will get more than 90% marks in this exam, and so on. Okay, so what do we mean by chance? So they have given a few example statements. The first statement is, or the first um, condition, the first situation is the sun coming up from the west. What is the chance that the sun will come up from the west?
When the
Like
world
if we are talking about, if we are
ending,
talking about our daily lives. Sorry,
nothing.
no, Hiba, you were saying something. Go on.
When the world is ending.
Yeah, that, very good. But like if you talk about our daily lives, or okay, let's just move forward to the next one. Okay, so an ant growing to 3 meters height, an ant growing to 3 meters height. So if you see, this is something that seems impossible, right? It's not possible. An ant is something that's very, it's a very tiny thing. Like we do have big ants, but we can never have an ant that is as tall as 3 meters. So if you want to know what 3 meters is like, know that a person's height is a little above 1 meter. Okay, we are not even 2 meters in height, human beings. So what is the chance that an ant will grow up to 3 meters height? Is it possible? Is it probable? Hmm? It's not
Probable.
possible, right? It's not possible, right? So uh, okay, then the next one. If you take a cube of larger volume, its side will also be larger. What is, like,
There's a
if you
chance.
consider this statement, yeah, there is a chance, or it will, like, it is most likely that this will happen, right? Most probably this will happen. If you take a circle with larger area, then its radius will also be larger. Yes, this will also
Yeah.
happen. um the statement that India might win the next test series, so it is possible, but we're not sure that whether
It
this will
is.
happen 100% or not, right? For
Yes.
example, if you've ever heard of this thing, sometimes we say, I am 100% sure that this thing will happen. Okay, sometimes people say that. So what do they mean if someone is 100% sure? What do we mean if someone is 0% sure? Or what do we mean if someone is 50% sure, somewhere in between? So what do we mean by this percentage, or what do we mean by when we attach a number to the probability of something happening? Okay. um so let's look at the paragraph, the next paragraph. It says, an ant growing to 3 meters also not possible. So the thing is, there are certain things that we know are impossible. Okay, certain things that are impossible. So for them, the probability of that thing is zero. We say the probability of this thing happening, probability is zero. Okay. Acha, now what is the difference between possibility, if something is possible, and if something is probable? What is the difference?
Possible means like it might happen. Like there's a 50% chance.
Okay. And what is probable then?
Like you're not very sure.
Okay. So what is the difference between them? Hmm? Okay. So let's take a look at one sample statement that's given in the paragraph itself. Just take a look at the statement. Uh, the second statement, that's like, take a look at the first paragraph on that page. Okay. For the first paragraph, second line, it is quite probable that India will win the World Cup. That's a statement. It is quite probable. If I say, what's the difference between if I say it is probable that India will win, okay, the World Cup or whatever it is. And the second thing, it is possible that India will win. What is the difference between them? Okay, for your help, I'll give one more example. If I say it is possible that, okay, let me just rephrase my sentence. Uh, yeah, I'll just write it that's the same way. Yeah, fine, I'll just write it that way. It is possible that that it will rain today. Okay, this is one statement. The other statement is, it is probable, or another way that we say it in our day-to-day life is, it will probably
For the first sentence,
1 minute, just a minute. So instead of this, we can also use this. Okay, so there are two statements. It is possible that it will rain today. The second statement, it is probable that it will rain today. And you can also replace this probable by saying probably, it will probably rain today. Okay, so these two, they have the same meaning. Okay, this, oops, sorry, 1 minute. So this and this have the same meaning, but this first statement and the second statement, they are a little bit different, and you're going to tell me, you're going to try to tell me what is the difference. Okay, it's okay if you get it wrong. What do you think is the difference between them?
Possible means like it is possible that it will rain today. Like the atmosphere seems like it's going to rain. So we are
Okay.
50% sure it's going to rain. And
Okay.
probably means like you're not very sure.
Okay, so basically you're saying that over here in the first statement, we are more sure, and in the second statement, we are less sure. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll just show you something. See, if you say something is possible, what is the opposite of possible?
Impossible.
Impossible. Are you able to see what I'm writing on the whiteboard?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If something is impossible, what does that mean?
Like it's never going to happen.
Never going to happen. What will be the opposite of that then?
It's going to happen.
Are we sure that it will happen, or that it can happen?
It can happen.
It can happen. For example, Hiba, if I say it is possible, first tell me this. It is possible or impossible that Hiba will top her class? Yeah. Is it possible or impossible?
It is going.
Sorry?
We are not really sure it's going to.
Hiba, I can't
It is
hear
possible
you.
because we are not really sure who can.
You have to choose
It is
between
possible
these two,
because we are not very sure who's.
whether this will happen or not.
Yeah,
Okay,
possible.
we are not sure about that, but you have first tell me, you choose between these two. Is it possible or impossible?
Possible.
Possible, right? Because it's not impossible. It's not impossible for you to top your class. Or for example, it's not impossible that it will rain today. It's not impossible. Why? Because, well, when it comes to the weather, anything is possible, right? Okay, now tell me,
Yeah.
for example, so the place where you live, Hiba, has it ever snowed over there, where the place where you live?
No.
Does it snow there?
It will
Does it
snow.
snow
It
there?
doesn't snow. It doesn't snow in India. No.
You're in Riyadh, right? You live in Riyadh. Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
The
It
last
doesn't
time,
snow
yeah,
there.
the last
Hmm.
time it snowed was probably in 1980 or something. I guess.
Sorry?
It was really long ago. The last time
Long
it snowed in here was probably in the 1980s or something.
in 2019, or you're talking about the 1900s?
1980,
Okay.
1900.
Okay, so that long ago, like the previous century. Okay. So Hiba, now if I ask, is it possible that is it possible that Riyadh will receive snow, for example? Is it possible or not? First tell me, if something, if you answer no to this question, if your answer is no, then that means it is impossible. That means something that can never happen. It has never happened. It can never happen ever. Okay. If your answer is no, then that means it is impossible. If your answer is yes, then I'll tell you later what that means. So first tell me the answer to your question, whether to this question, whether it is yes or it is no. Is it possible that Riyadh will get snow?
Yes.
Yes, it is possible. It is possible because it has happened before. So it can also happen again. We don't know when it might happen. It might not happen today or tomorrow, but it is possible. But now my question will change a little bit. Uh, 1 second. My question now is it probable that Riyadh will get snow? Like, probable means something that is likely to happen.
No.
Very good. Okay, so in the first question, in my first question, when I asked you about possibility, you said yes, it is possible, right? I mean, it's not impossible. Therefore, it is possible. So, possible, yes, but probable, no. It is not probable. Why is it not probable? Well, we have not seen the future. We do not know whether this winter it will get snow or not. We don't know. But we are just predicting, okay? And that is what is, it's the whole concept of probability, to predict things. And see, we don't know the future, but we know the past, right? We know how many times something has happened before. So we can tell, okay, it has happened so many times, or it is, for example, um, Riyadh gets very little snow, or we can say that, you know, it has gotten snow only once in so many years. So we know that it can get in the future, but it won't be very frequent. It won't happen very often. It won't happen again and again. It will happen very rarely, right? So that, when we talk about it in mathematical terms, we call it probability. Okay, so now did you understand the difference between possible and probable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just give you one more example. Mm, okay. So for example, the place where I'm living, Hiba. So I'm living in Delhi. Okay. So over here, what happens is the weather is like, you know, one day it will be hot, or like 3 4 days it will be hot. Okay. Then the next 2 3 days it will rain. We don't know which day it will rain and which day it will be hot, but it will be something like that. It's like a cycle. So today, for example, today it hasn't rained, but if I'm talking about tomorrow, now let me ask you a question. Is it possible that it will rain in Delhi tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is it possible that it will rain? Wait.
Yeah, it is possible.
Yes. Okay. Now I will ask you, is it probable that it will rain tomorrow? Is it likely? Do we think that it can happen? There's a good chance that it will happen.
It depends on the weather.
Yeah, it depends on the weather. But is it probable? Like, we know that it is possible, just like it was possible for Riyadh to get snow. It was possible, but was it probable? No, right? So the same thing, think about it in the context of Delhi. Like I told you about the weather. I told you
It
this about
is.
the
It
weather.
is not It is not probable, but it is
Uh,
possible.
why is it not probable? I just now told you that every 3 4 days we keep, after every 3 4 days we have rain. After every 3 4 days we have rain. So now I'm telling you that since the past 2 3 days it hasn't rained. So is it probable that it will rain tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it is probable, yes. Now, how probable is it? Is it very probable or is it less probable? So that's something that if we want to find out how probable it is, we need to see some other some other set of information, or we need to see some other data to find out how probable it is. Okay, something can be more probable, something can be less probable. For example, um which is the okay for example, if we talk about, yeah, we're talking about rain, right? So which is the most rained upon city in India? Do you know which place receives the most rain in India? Do you know?
Mumbai.
Sorry.
Mumbai.
mm, it's actually Meghalaya. Have you ever heard of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Meghalaya receives the most rain. So if I ask you, where is rain more probable? Is it more probable in Meghalaya or is it more probable in Delhi?
It is more probable in Meghalaya.
Very good. So are you seeing the difference between possibility and probability?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in possibility, it's a yes or no question. Okay. Either it is possible or it is not. You can't say it is more possible or less possible. No. Either it is possible or it's impossible. Okay. But when it comes to probability, something can be more probable than the other, right? For example, tell me which is more probable in Saudi Arabia. Okay. In Saudi Arabia. Is a sandstorm more probable or is rain more probable? Hmm.
A sandstorm.
Yeah. So you understanding what
Yeah.
probable means?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. Okay. So um so what happens, how we calculate, so this is we're just normally talking, in our layman's language, that it is more probable and it is less probable. Okay, we're just talking in that terms. But if we want to convert this into a mathematical, if we want to talk more scientifically, we want to talk about it in a mathematical way. What we do is we have set of information, okay, and we compare that set of information, and then we say, okay, this is more probable or that is more probable. For example, what we do is, um, okay, let me give you an example like this. Let's say you have, let's say you have a toy bag, okay? Do you have toys, Iba? Do you play with toys?
No.
No, you don't. Do you have any younger siblings who play with toys?
No, I have older siblings.
Okay, you have older siblings. Okay, let's say, for argument's sake, let's say you have a younger sibling or a cousin. Okay, let's say you have a girl cousin. So basically, she is your cousin sister, and she has you're going, let's say you're going to her house for the first time. You're going to her house for the first time. You're going, and she's really small. She's around like 3 or 4 years old. Okay, and you're going to her house for the first time, and you don't know what kind of stuff she has. You don't know what her room looks like. So it's the first time you're going there. So what to expect? Okay, what to expect? Do you think? Do you think she? What is? Or let me ask the question like this: is it more probable that she will have toys like cars and um, you know toy guns, Okay, is it more probable that she will have these type of toys, or is it more probable that she will have dolls and kitchen sets? What is more probable?
The second one.
The second one. Okay, now let me give you another question. Let's say you are going to this cousin sister's place, and she has a toy basket. Okay, in that, let's say she has, okay, let's say hmm, she has one doll. Okay, or let's say she has two dolls. She has two dolls, and she has three animal figures. Okay, she has three animal figures. I've just drawn a rough animal figure. And yeah, so tell me, so this toy basket is in front of you, but you can't see inside it. Okay, you can't see what's inside the toy basket. You just randomly like close your eyes and you take out one toy from her basket. Is it more probable that you will take out an animal figure, a toy animal, or is it more probable that you will take out a doll?
The animal figure,
Why?
because it is on the top.
Sorry, because it is
Because
on the top. Okay,
it
okay,
is
okay. Just a minute. So you're not just randomly taking it out. What you're doing is you're like, you know, um, surfing through the entire bag, and you're taking your time. You are surfing through it. You're not just taking out whatever is at the top. You're checking the bottom also, and you're just taking one thing out. Okay, and let's change this. Let's say that this doll is over here, and then this animal figure is over here. Now tell me, you it's I've just made it like that for representation purpose. Yeah, that doesn't mean that it's on top of it. Like something can go at the bottom, some other toy can come at the top. Yeah.
I will still get the blue thing.
Sorry, I didn't
Like
hear
when
you. What?
I have the blue
Hiba, your voice is
animal figure,
breaking. Animal figure, okay. And why?
it is in the
Because
it is in the middle.
I couldn't hear you, Hiba. Yes, Hiba. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Huh. So what was the reason you were giving?
it's in the middle.
It's in the middle. So that's what I said. You're not going to just dip your hand in it and take out whatever comes. No, you're going to take your time and go through all of the objects. You're going to take your time and shuffle the objects and then take out. If some object is at the top right now, it can also go at the bottom.
Uh,
Hmm.
when I shuffle it, everything's going to get messed up. So I'm going to get the
Yeah.
pink thing.
Okay. You don't know for sure whether you will get the pink doll, right? My question is, what was my question? My question was, what is more probable that you will get? Is it more probable that you will get the animal, the toy animal, or is it more probable that you will get a doll?
The doll. It is more probable.
Okay, let me give you another question. Wait. Hiba, have you ever gone to one of those, in malls and stuff, and in malls and in huge fairs and everything? They have this, they have this game in which you have this claw. There's like, something that you reach out with. Have you seen Toy Story, by the way?
Yeah.
You have? Have you seen the first movie in Toy Story where there's this claw thingy and then there are toys inside? They're like
I
alien toys inside. Have you seen that?
I think
You don't remember?
no.
No? Okay. So anyway, so do you know what game I'm talking about? That there's a glass window, okay, and you will be controlling this machine. There will be a controller over here, and what you have to do,
Yeah, I remember now. We have to put
yeah,
the coins in.
yeah. So you put a coin in over here. You put a coin, and this is your controller. Okay. Wait, let me change the location of this controller. So there's this controller. It goes up and down. Okay. You can move this in all four directions, and there are a lot of toys in this. This whole machine or this whole window or this whole box, it is filled with toys, and this is a glass window that you can see, and there it is filled with toys. Do you remember this kind of a game? Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, let me just show you. Wait. Hmm. Wait, let me just show you very quickly, actually. It is known as the crane game, by the way.
The claw machine.
Huh?
A claw machine.
Yeah, a claw machine. Yes. Do you know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, so so I don't have to show you the image. Um, hmm. So let's say you are at a mall and there's this claw machine game, and in that there's a lot of toys. Okay, there are a lot of toys everywhere. Now the thing is, among all of these toys, there's one one pink toy. Okay, let's say that is the most prized toy. Okay, let's say this toy is um it's the most valuable, the most costly toy. The rest, all of the other toys that are there in that, they're very cheap. Okay, the rest of them, they're very cheap. What is First, tell me, what is more probable? Is it more probable that whenever, like, let's say you are blindfolded, okay, and you have to move your claw machine, you have to move the machine, and you have to pick one toy. And remember, you are blindfolded. You have to pick one toy. What is more probable? Is it more probable that you will pick a normal toy, a cheap one, or is it more probable that you will pick the pink toy?
It is more probable. Uh, like the printer,
Why is it more probable?
because it's in the middle.
So what if it's in the middle? Your claw might not necessarily be at the middle, and I haven't drawn this in the middle of the machine, have I have just drawn this randomly. Okay, fine, let's say this is not over here. Let's say it's in a corner. Then or let's say it's somewhere else. The position doesn't matter. I'm not telling you its position. Okay. Its position can be anything. It can be, the pink toy can be over here. It can be over here. It can be anywhere. Now tell me.
It is more probable that I'm going to pick the brown toy because there are more amount of
Yes, exactly. That is the point. Because there are more, right? Because they are more. So it is more probable that if you close your eye, let's say there are hundreds of black toys or brown, whatever that is. Let's say there are hundreds of black toys and just one pink toy. So it is more probable that you close your eyes. So let's say you are taking attempts. Okay, you're making an attempt to pick a toy, and it is more probable that you close your eyes and you just whatever you pick randomly, it comes out to be a black toy. Okay, so you close your eyes. This is what happened. This is what is happening. Okay, you close your eyes, you reach your hand out, you pick one, and it turns out that it is black. Then again, you're closing your eyes, reach your hand, you pick one, it turns out it is black. This can happen multiple times. So the thing is, multiple times the same thing is happening. The outcome, multiple times, the outcome is that you are picking up a black toy. And the probability that you will pick the pink toy is very less. Whereas the probability that you will pick the black toy is more. It is very high. Why? Because the black toy is everywhere, right? And the pink is only one. So now you're understanding the difference, like what we mean by probability.
I understand now.
You understood? Okay. So again, now the same thing if I ask you over here, that randomly you reach your hand out, okay, and then you're shuffling your hand over here. Now the toys are all shuffled. We don't know which toy is where. Now tell me, if you randomly pick one, which one will it be? Or not which one will it be? We shouldn't ask that question because we don't know. But what is more probable? Is it more probable
Like
for
the
you to
blue one
pick?
because there's
Huh,
more amount of
there's more amount of that. There's more quantity of that. Very good. So you understood now um
yeah.
how probability works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right. Just a second. Okay. So what happens is uh let's say or let me just draw cube. Okay. This is your die, like the dice which you play with. It's that. So what are the numbers on the six faces of a die? Hiba?
6.
1 to 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
So let's say I make a die out of a cube. Okay, I have made it myself. And the thing is, there's on like 5 sides of the die, there is the number 1. Okay, there's only one dot, the number 1 on 5 sides. And only on one side, there is the number 6. Have you ever played Ludo? Have you ever played Ludo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now tell me, if you throw the die, just imagine that you have a die like this with you. On 5 sides, there is 1. And on just one side, there's the number 6. So tell me, when you roll the die, which number is most likely to come up? Or what is the possibility that you roll your die, you open your eyes and see which number?
6.
What is more probable, that you will see the number 1 or you will see the number 6?
1.
Why?
Because it's like it's hard to get 6.
See, on 5 sides, so a die has 6 sides, right? On 5 sides it has 1. Okay, only on one side the number is 6. The rest of them, there's only one dot. So when you roll the die, what is more probable? Your answer was right, that it will be 1. Or we're not sure that it will be 1. It can be 1, it can be 6 also, but it can't be 2, 3, 4, or 5. Why? Because the die that I have made, it doesn't have these numbers. It does not have 2, 3, 4, or 5. It only has 1 and 6. On 5 of the faces, the number is 1. There's just one dot.
It will
Hmm?
get 1 because it is more in amount.
It is more in amount. Okay. So let's say, Hiba, you're playing a game. Okay. Let's say you're playing a game of Ludo. So tell me, what are the rules of Ludo? Like, let's say this is a Ludo board. Okay. And this is like, oops, sorry. This is your red square, or the place where mm, the red color is, the place where the blue color is, and then the place where the yellow color is. Okay. Now let's say we are going to start a game. Okay, Eva, we're going to start a game. And in that, there are 4 red ones. Now tell me, what do I first, let's say you are the red one. Okay. What do you need to do first so that this red thing can come outside?
I have to dice.
Yeah, you need to roll the die. And then how much do you need to get on the die so that it can come outside?
I think 1.
I can't hear you, because the reason I'm asking you this is because different people play the same game in different ways, right? So maybe your rules are different from mine. That's why I'm asking you. Yeah. Tell me.
1.
Okay, you need a 1 so that it can come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the how we play it, I'll tell you. We play it such that your oh, 1 sec. Yeah. So your pawns can't come out until and unless you get a 6. That's how we play it. So if you're rolling the die and you get a 6, then one of them comes out. Okay, if you get 2 6s, then 2 of them will come out. So you get a 6, then this will basically be free. After that, if you get a 1 or 2 or whatever number, then they can move. So that's how we play it over here. But okay, so we will continue this in the next class. We will continue talking about this. I will give you some homework. Okay. Also, Hiba, your class is, instead of Friday, it will be tomorrow. I hope that was informed to you. Are you aware of that? Sorry.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So tomorrow, your class is tomorrow, okay? And tomorrow your class is around, like, I'm not sure about the time, but